Update-2. My girlfriend kept forgetting to add me to her Instagram but posted daily about her single girl life. When I asked about it, she called me weirdly obsessive and said, "Not everything has to be about you." I didn't say a word, just walked away. 10 days later, she showed up at my door with her mom, begging me to talk. I opened the door but remained blocking the entrance. "Derek, please," Chloe started, her eyes red from crying. "You have to let me explain. This is my mom, Patricia. She wanted to meet you." Patricia stepped forward, extending her hand. "I'm so sorry we're meeting under these circumstances. Chloe's told me so much about you." "Has she?" I replied, not taking the offered hand. "That's interesting, considering she's never mentioned me to anyone online. In fact, she's been actively presenting herself as single while we were together." Patricia's eyes widened slightly as she turned to look at her daughter. "You said this was just a misunderstanding about some photos." "It is," Chloe insisted. "Derek's blowing everything out of proportion. He saw some stupid hashtags and freaked out." I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshots I'd taken, and handed it to Patricia: dating profiles, messages with other men, posts explicitly stating she was single while we were in a committed relationship. Or so I thought. Patricia's face fell as she scrolled through the evidence. "Oh, Chloe. Those are private." Chloe tried to grab the phone, but her mother held it away. "Not when they're publicly available on dating apps," I pointed out, "or when you're making plans to meet other men while in my bed." Patricia handed my phone back, her expression a mix of embarrassment and disappointment. "I think we should go, Chloe." "No, Derek, please, I made a mistake. Those profiles were old. I just forgot to delete them. And Ryan is just a friend. The Instagram thing is for my brand. I'm trying to build a following, and single girl content performs better." "Your brand?" I repeated flatly. "Well, congratulations, your brand is doing great. Your relationship, however, is over." As I moved to close the door, Patricia put her hand out. "Wait, please. I understand you're hurt, but..." "With all due respect, Patricia, this isn't about being hurt. It's about self-respect. Your daughter didn't just make a mistake, she deliberately maintained a double life for 8 months and then tried to make me feel crazy for questioning it. That's not someone I want in my life, regardless of how I feel about her." I closed the door gently but firmly, then watched on the security camera as Patricia led a sobbing Chloe back to their car. As they pulled away, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. That evening, my phone started blowing up again, this time with messages from Chloe's friends calling me heartless for humiliating her in front of her mother. Apparently, Patricia had been so disturbed by what she saw that she'd insisted on driving Chloe straight home rather than to the lunch they'd planned to celebrate fixing things. I didn't respond to any of these messages either. Instead, I sent a single text to our mutual friend Jason, who had introduced us. "You might want to check out Chloe's Instagram. #SingleGirlZoomer. Then compare the dates of those posts with the times you saw us together as a couple." Within hours, the story had spread through our social circle. The friends who had been texting me angry messages suddenly went quiet. Jason called to apologize for introducing us, saying he'd had no idea she was that kind of person. 2 weeks later, I received a certified letter from Chloe containing a handwritten apology and a check for $2,200, exactly the amount of the resort deposit I'd lost, and managed to get refunded. The letter explained that she'd heard about the canceled reservation from Jason, who'd mentioned the specific amount when filling her in on everything she'd lost through her deception. I tore up the check and sent it back with a brief note. "My silence isn't for sale." A month has passed now. Through mutual friends, I've heard that Chloe's brand has taken a hit. Turns out many of her followers were drawn to her authentic single girl lifestyle content. And the revelation that it was all fabricated while she was in a relationship damaged her credibility. Several sponsorship deals apparently fell through. Her mother, to her credit, reached out separately to apologize for her daughter's behavior and for their intrusion that day. I responded politely but briefly, wishing them both well but making it clear that chapter of my life was closed. As for me, I'm doing fine, better than fine, actually. I finished restoring the Mustang, took a solo road trip up the coast, and have started dating again, a woman I met at a furniture exhibition who actually asked to take a photo with me for her Instagram on our second date. Sometimes walking away without a word says everything that needs to be said. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't about getting even, it's about getting free. Edit. This blew up overnight. To answer some common questions. 1. Yes, I know I should have seen the red flags sooner. When someone keeps their relationship completely off social media while documenting every other aspect of their life, that's suspicious. Lesson learned. 2. No, I didn't leak her dating profiles to everyone. I showed her mother because she came to my house uninvited, claiming there was just a misunderstanding about some photos. The information spread from there, because, well, the truth tends to do that. 3. For those asking about the age gap, yes, 15 years is significant, but Chloe is 26, not 16. She's a grown woman capable of making her own decisions, not some naive young girl I manipulated. 4. The resort deposit wasn't the point, it was the principle. I don't want or need her money. 5. Several people have asked if the new woman knows about all this. Yes. I've been upfront about what happened, starting with honesty this time. Update, 3 months later. Life has a funny way of coming full circle. Remember that custom jewelry piece I mentioned canceling? It was a bracelet with coordinates engraved on it, the location of the lake where I first told Chloe I loved her. When I canceled the order, the jeweler asked if he could still create the piece since he'd already begun work on it. I agreed, but asked him to change the coordinates to my parents' lake house, where I spent summers growing up. Last weekend, I gave that bracelet to Diane, the woman I mentioned meeting at the furniture exhibition. We've been dating exclusively for almost 3 months now. She posts about our relationship on her social media, which I still rarely check, but more importantly, she introduces me to everyone in her life as her boyfriend, online and off. Chloe eventually sent a more substantial apology letter acknowledging that her behavior was manipulative and dishonest. No check this time, just accountability. I appreciated that and sent a brief response wishing her well and genuine growth. Her Instagram has changed dramatically, fewer posts, more reflective captions, no more single girl hashtags. I'm not following her, but mutual friends have mentioned the shift. Apparently, she's done some serious soul searching. Good for her. As for her mother, Patricia sent me a holiday card with a thoughtful note about second chances and growth. I respect her for standing up for what's right, even when it meant confronting her daughter's lies. The irony isn't lost on me that this whole situation started because I wasn't included in someone's carefully curated online life. And now I'm with someone who proudly features me in hers. But the real difference isn't about Instagram posts, it's about integrity, transparency, and mutual respect. Some lessons are expensive, but necessary. For both of us, it seems. This is where our story comes to end. Dear listeners, please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and follow. Thanks to all for your support.